What tactical opportunities arise from a bad bishop situation? Have you ever found yourself wondering what happens when a bishop becomes more of a hindrance than a help on the chessboard? Let's break down the tactical opportunities that arise from a bad bishop situation. A bad bishop is one that is restricted in movement because its own pawns are blocking its path. This limitation can create unique situations for both players involved. For the player with the bad bishop, the main goal is to improve its position. One way to do this is by moving pawns off the squares that match the color of the bishop. This can free up the bishop and allow it to participate in the game more effectively. Another option is to trade the bad bishop for an opponent's piece. This can sometimes lead to a more favorable position, especially if the opponent has a more active piece. On the other hand, the opponent can take advantage of the bad bishop's limitations in several ways. First, they can target weak squares that the bad bishop cannot defend. This is particularly effective if the opponent has a bishop of the opposite color. That bishop can control the board and create threats that the bad bishop cannot counter. Creating outposts is another tactic. The opponent can place knights or other pieces on squares that the bad bishop cannot reach. These outposts can become strong positions for launching further attacks. Additionally, the opponent can use pawn breaks to open lines or diagonals. This can further restrict the bad bishop's movement and expose weaknesses in the pawn structure. Coordinating pieces is also essential. The opponent can align their pieces to attack weak points on the board, knowing that the bad bishop will not be able to defend effectively. Trading off the bad bishop can be another strategy. If the opponent has a more active bishop or a bishop pair, they may want to exchange their own bishop for the bad bishop. This can leave the player with the bad bishop with fewer active pieces to work with. Recognizing a bad bishop situation is key for both players. The player with the bad bishop should actively look for ways to improve its position or consider trading it off. Meanwhile, the opponent should focus on exploiting the inactivity of the bad bishop by targeting weak squares and coordinating their pieces effectively. Understanding these tactical opportunities can turn a challenging situation into a winning advantage for either side.